Hey there, welcome back to Manifestation and Meaning Making 101. This part covers why isn't my manifestation working? I get this a lot when individuals I am working with may say, I am saying my affirmations, I am journaling, I am visualizing, I am putting myself out there. Why isn't this working? What's going on? And I spoke about it in the previous video, but I spoke a little bit about what manifestation isn't. And this is the part that is frustrating for a lot of individuals, including me. Manifestation isn't control. We said and established it's a journey. And this is where I want to correct a little bit of some of the wellness rhetoric out there that is being thrown about on the internet. I think it's unfair to say that because you're not getting what you want, you're not manifesting correctly. I also think that's a bit unethical. I also don't believe in victim blaming people or saying, oh, you must not be saying your affirmations right, or you must not be visualizing hard enough or putting yourself out there hard enough. That's not fair. And especially because we already established manifestation is a journey, and manifestation isn't about control. We can't control, we just aim for something. We try to cultivate something into existence. And one of the rules that I'll share in my next video is letting go and recognizing that it is beautiful just to aim for something. That doesn't sound as sexy as, oh, just say your affirmations and within 100 days, you're gonna get what you want. You know, I wish I could be a type of person that does that. I am not my friend. I like going on the journey. I love the wellness practices. I love the behavioral priming. I love to see the beautiful things that come with this practice on the journey. The Earth can't control, and our galaxy self cannot control when the sun will supernova. So what makes us as human beings think that we can control every aspect of our life, even if we, write a million things down, even if we visualize, even if we transform our whole psychology? There are things that are out of our control. So this is when I find a question that isn't asked enough, that is way more important than, why isn't my manifesting practice working? It is, what have I learned on the journey so far? What have I learned about myself? What have I learned about the people around me, the world I live in and exist in? What have I learned so far? We are such a result-driven society, and I think that's why a lot of individuals and programs that seem, sexy, like manifestation, get what you want, that's sexy, right? Results are sexy, and yet that is not the essence or the truth of my definition of a manifestation practice. It is about the journey. So instead of thinking, well, why hasn't this worked? Where are my results? Where are my results? I want us to reframe it as, what have I learned? What have I learned? That is important and a beautiful question to ask, and something that I find isn't really utilized more. What have I learned on the journey? What have I learned on this journey? I subscribe by a very yogic philosophy when it comes to manifestation, and it has served me so well on my own journey. When I get frustrated because I am cursing myself, where are my results? Where are my results? I've been going at this. I've been doing the visualization, doing the deep work and the inner work and putting myself out there and risking it all. Why does it feel as if there's just this resistance? And I'm going to tell you something, and maybe you won't hear anywhere else. It is not your fault. Life is challenging. The galaxy itself cannot control when the sun will supernova. There may be resistance. What have you learned on the journey? What have you learned on the journey? Are you trying to over-control or micromanage the results in your life? What do these results embody to you? And how can you still invite that energy in? For example, and I hear this a lot when it comes to relationships, and it is I feel relationship manifestation. I don't like the business of it. It is such a frustrating thing. I will share this story with you. There is an episode of HBO's old show, Sex and the City, where one of the characters, Charlotte, she's in this seminar where they're manifesting love and they're manifesting, beautiful relationships. And she's writing her affirmations and she's completely subscribed to this self-proclaimed guru's program. And Charlotte comes up with Carrie, and Carrie is the skeptic, which, remember, I feel this is important to keep someone safe and keep someone grounded and your friends grounded. And Charlotte, is getting the character of Carrie. Come on, Carrie, let's go to this seminar. And Carrie's like, oh man, this is something else. This is a little, BS. And Charlotte asked the question to the self-proclaimed guru, I'm doing my affirmations. I'm putting myself out there. Why hasn't he manifested yet? And it is such a heartbreaking scene and such a relatable scene. And the guru says, you're probably not doing it right. And you're not putting yourself out there enough. And it is this heartbreaking moment to dismiss the work you are putting in. So we don't want to dismiss the work we're putting in. And eventually, Charlotte does meet a beautiful partner, but not in the package she realized. So first thing, what have we learned so far? That's the first question I want to ask. What have we learned so far on our journey? The second question is, are the themes that we are embodying showing up in other areas of our life in unexpected ways, in ways we didn't imagine? Where the main character buys a home because she wants a family on the property and she wants to have a wedding on the property and she wants to cook for individuals and guests on the property, and it all happens, just not in the way she thought. And that is another thing I want to invite. Have a lot of the things we were trying to cultivate and embody happened, just not in the way, the perfect, idealistic, result-driven way that we wanted. And that's not a cop-out, and to say that it could be, no, not even in the ways I haven't expected. No, it just has not shown up. It's a desert in terms of the results. So that is fair. But I still feel the more important question to ask is first to relinquish the control, because anyone who's saying that you can control by writing, I will make $1 million 10,000 times a day, every day, I think they're trying to oversell something that even, again, in the law of the universe, even our galaxy cannot control when our sun will supernova. So we have to release a little bit of control. And again, manifestation is about going on the journey, cultivating things along the way, learning so much about yourself, and giving yourself permission to want something just because you can, not because it's result-driven. It is the ability to dream as big as you want. And that is something I think, again, a lot of us may have not experienced. To dream as big as you want while releasing the results. Understanding more about yourself every day and what you have learned in the process of the journey. So that is my non-answer answer to why hasn't the manifestation worked. There is no right or wrong way to manifest. If results aren't showing up in the way that you wish, it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. There's 50% that's out of our control, and then the other 50% that's in our control is really important. And that's when we ask ourselves, well, what have we learned with what we have in our control? What have we learned on this journey? What have we learned with what we do have control over? What have we learned about ourselves? And is it okay to just go for something? My last personal example is a drishti. So in yoga philosophy, a drishti is a focal point. We focus on it, but we don't try to hold on to the drishti. We just rest our gaze upon that spot, and we allow ourselves to try to find balance and alignment as our gaze just rests there. We aren't holding on to it. We're not trying to over control the drishti or have the drishti put us into perfect alignment. Most of the times we will fall. Maybe we will never achieve balance in the way we hoped. We may never see the results. It's not about getting into the pose. And again, it doesn't sound sexy. I truly wish that, but at the same time, I find the journey to be way more rewarding than just trying to control. And there is a grieving process sometimes that may come with that. I released a lot of control of finding my ideal partner and just allowed myself to be my ideal partner. And I was lucky and blessed enough, as of now, knock on wood, to meet someone that is my best friend. That being said, they were orbiting me for 2 years, and it was kind of a Charlotte under the Tuscan sun. That is kind of a beautiful, poetic thing when it comes to why isn't this working? Why haven't the results shown up yet? Sometimes the results are right in front of your face, and because you're so focused on the control of how things should look, you may miss. So it is okay to get specific. It is not okay to get lost in the specifics of it. So be open, get a little curious, try different things, ask yourself what you've learned so far, and make decisions from a place of self-discovery and release a lot of the fear and anything else that comes with result-driven narratives. That's really important too. What can we learn from these result-driven narratives that we have? What do we know about ourselves? So that's what I got for you, my friends. Sorry if it's not sexy, but I am trying to be as honest with this wellness, mindfulness work too. And I think that is more important. So with that, we'll go into my easy favorite steps and ways to manifest. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.